So we're gonna try and make this quick because I gotta leave in about 25 minutes, and I still have to get this off my computer and onto the internet. So this shouldn't be too long, but I always think things are gonna take less time than they do, and that I'm wrong. Like, wildly wrong, because I have no concept of time or how long anything is gonna take, and I still haven't learned. Yay! So we're gonna do a magickal, but before I get to that, I'm already a Naware, your resident witch and creature, over to Radius Hand and Danaus Divine, where I create myth, magic, and meaning for your everyday life through art, intuition, and energy work. And usually we do art hauls on Tuesdays. Sometimes we will do a biz haul. Very rarely we'll do a happy mail, although I do know that we have one coming up soon. And then here and there we'll do an intuitive or a magic haul, like we're doing today. The whole purpose, we're multitasking, bear with me. The whole purpose of this is to share something that I've got for my practice, something that I work with, something you may not know about, that you may be interested in working with, or be curious about. And hey, I've heard of this and I don't know what to do with it. What are you doing with it? Stuff like that. As a creative and a root worker, which, whatever you want to call me, I know that sometimes getting information, in the communities, even the artistic community, is a little difficult. And so this is kind of a way for me to share and give back in a way that I feel comfortable with and is okay with me and is sustainable, versus, somebody picking my brain and taking up like a lot of my time, and me not being able to work on things that, I don't know, I need to. So yeah, unpaid work, not cool. Exposure, not cool. So on my terms, I can deal with this. So without further ado, we're talking about a crystal today. It's called Hypersthene. I would love to give you tons more information about the kind of rock this is, but I've got nothing. Now, I think it might be related to Labradorite, because it does have a little bit of almost what looks like a flash. It is very heavy. Like, there's a weight to it when you hold it, which is, I don't know, it's kind of nice and comforting because it feels like it's there. The reason I got this from Moonchild Minerals, which I will link below, and I got this on the recommendation while taking a class about hypersigiling, which is a type of magic. If you want to look it up, you're welcome to do so. It's written out in the text below, so yeah, have at it. But part of why it was recommended is because it has the weight. It's heavy and you can really feel it and like know it's there, and that lends itself well to kind of bringing things into the physical world, because they're solid and you can perceive them. Now, this is me paraphrasing. One thing I do want to encourage you to realize is that books and references and websites that tell you what crystals are for are all well and good, but what you really need to do is think about your relationship with a stone or a color or whatever symbol it is you're using, because that's really going to inform how it's going to work for you. There are some common sense questions that you can ask that, because they were quote unquote given to me, I'm not going to just hand them out, but think of it this way. Consider the literal properties of what you're working with. If it's a color, you can consider the brightness or the saturation, where on the color spectrum it falls, if it's close to or far away from like a specific color, where do you see this show up the most? Particularly in the natural world, but you know, elsewhere is fine. You know, what kind of feelings or thoughts does this bring up for you? Like, just if you're going to look at what something means or how you would use it personally, that's going to be a better direction than looking up what the color yellow means, right? Yellow is a lot of times associated with air. It's also associated with cowardness and jealousy. It can be associated with like bad things, like you see yellow eyes. Does that mean yellow's bad? No, but are those references to yellow? Sure. Yellow's also used on caution signs. It's to get your attention. It's also the color of the sun, among other things. You know, so think about it that way, right? I think that's pretty much it. This is really short. Let's see. So what I've done with it, I keep, actually, because I have two, I ordered one, I got two. I said, hey, was this a mistake? They're like, no, it's not a mistake. I'm like, okay. I keep one with my hypersigil, and the other one I usually keep on me. Now, incidentally, right now during my day job, I carry a bag with me to work every day. So I have my hypersigil with me close by, to, you know, just, that's a personal decision that I've made. And then this is near it. And then the other one I have sitting on my desk. So when it started, I wasn't carrying my hypersigil around with me. Now I do. And so I just have one basically sitting in plain sight for me to just kind of, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, basically. So, and sometimes I'll, you know, put this in my pocket, but usually it's in my bag because my pockets suck, and I absolutely do not want to lose this crystal, because I do not want to have to replace it, because I don't. I don't like having to replace things. It makes me sad. So that's it. That's it. I'll probably continue to do this with it. I'd like to develop a better personal relationship with myself. You know, like I said, books and all, I mean, it's a point of reference, but if what you're reading isn't your experience or doesn't kind of hold true or doesn't make sense to you, then, you know, grain of salt. Personally, I like to have a well-rounded bit of information about something. So I have every intention of looking to every source about this, as well as actual scientific sources, like what kind of, you know, minerals, what family is it in? Are there a combination of minerals or elements inside of this? What are those? And just consider the properties of those things as well, to kind of get a better relationship with the stone. So that's just me. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So my question for you is, have you worked with the stone before? Do you know anything about it? Are you interested in working with it? If you bought it, why'd you buy it? You know, like I said, you can see a picture of this and its little buddy below in the post. If you're watching this on YouTube, hit the link at the top and it'll send you over to my Patreon, and you'll be able to see it there. Like I said, I've linked to the place that I've gotten it, so I don't know if they have any more. I don't know where else you can get this. I'm giving you the resource I was given. And of course, you can always contact the seller and say, hey, do you have any more, or do you have any recommendations of where to get some? Because most people, if you ask them nicely, they don't mind, you know, telling you. Also linked below my websites, Wiedersehen and Danaus Divine, as well as my active social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, where I like to hang out the most. I've also linked to both of my YouTubes, and I've now connected my Twitch. So if you want to see me do artwork, which is most of what we're going to be doing there, every now and then I'm gaming on my phone, you can do that. So that's pretty much it. Looking at my notes. Look at my notes. So, because you took the time to stay for the end of this video, announcement. Tomorrow we're doing Work in Progress Wednesday. That's going to be over on my other channel with a Wiedersehen. So if you want to see what I've been up to, it's going to be there. Yeah. And just a quick, hey, I want to say thank you. I know that you have other things you can do, you have other places you can be, you have other things you can give your attention to, and the fact that you take any time to spend with me is awesome, and I appreciate it, even if I have no idea. Time is one of those things you can't get back. So, what you spend your time on kind of points in the direction of what matters to you. And so we should never spend time on things that don't matter to us and that we don't want to do and that make us miserable, because that's not awesome. And you won't get it back. And you don't know how much time you have. So use the time that you have wisely. It's our little thoughtful point of the day, I guess. So, if you haven't, consider liking and subscribing. I don't come on this channel very often because most of my work right now is centered towards artwork. That is always subject to change. I am just trying to straighten out some loose ends and like handle some stuff, and so that's where most of my focus is, because that's where most of the loose ends are. It's over there. But if you're not a patron, you can consider coming over to my Patreon. I do full moon work, new moon work. I talk about the Sabbats and the Celtic tree months and stuff like that. And that's stuff that I only offer to patrons. So if you want to see any of that, you have to be a patron. That's just what we're doing. I used to do community work, but it became unsustainable, and so I moved it over there. And I think it's all around better for everybody being there, because it's a little easier to find, it's centralized, it's less work for me to tell people about it, and it's a clear kind of hub to go to. So that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah. All right. So long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, and good day. And I hope that you have a lovely rest of your day, a lovely rest of your week, and I hope to see you tomorrow over on my other channel. And actually, because I started doing Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays mostly audio, so it won't be on my channel. It will be over on my Patreon. Correction, because that's the only place I'm going to put audio up. So that is still public, so you can go over there and, see things, but consider being a patron because it allows me to continue doing this and doing more. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Toodles!